Hello, everybody, and welcome to this part 14, I think, 14 of the Arduboy dev stream. Um, yeah, I'm still very happy to stream that for you. So I hope you enjoy it also. Today we will improve the dynamite. We will continue to work a little bit on the dynamite, and then we will start to do the fire, which is more or less the same actually, quite similar actually. So last stream I left the stream. I stopped the stream, but when we had some kind of issues, I implemented quite quickly actually. So I want to clean a little bit today. All right, so let's see what we have now. I don't know. First, I told you about the remove item. I should think a bit more about what I should write, and I think today we will use it. I basically need change nothing except I remove the if, which is normally quite useless, because even if if the item to update is 0, then we will not even enter into the for loop. And if the item is 1, for example, so this one we will probably find it. So I will be 0, and this will be 1, then it goes to 0, and then we move in 0, the item 0, so we move itself in the same space, so it doesn't matter, we don't care, because then nothing will be updated. And that's the same case for every time the item we are looking for is the last one of the array, we will just copy itself in the same place. So yeah, you can notice that I didn't put back the last one, the last array to 0 to null. I just don't care. It's just for it's a bit ugly. I would agree. I agree. It's not clean programming, but yeah, just to save some code. So as long as you are sure that you are updating the correct number, then that's fine. You can leave this pointer in that array. And also for the same reason, I don't really initialize the array with null at the beginning of the program. So anyway, that's the remove item. So one problem we have right now, and I will show you with that code, I just left you with that code, is that if you place all your dynamite and then just pick up a crate just after, then maybe the dynamite didn't explode and you want to, but you suddenly have 5 more dynamite, and then you want to place them again. So normally what should happen is you would teleport the first one you have placed. So we can test that actually, just to demonstrate the bug. Although even maybe there's 5 dynamite, the dynamite explodes quite fast. Well, it's more or less 3 seconds. So I guess if you smash the button very fast, you could probably do that. So let's change a little bit the level. I will remove the hole, which I think is blah blah blah. It's here. It's here. Okay, we'll put 0 here, and then I will place a crate. I will place it below, next to the ground. So maybe it's like 50 or something, should be okay. And I should add it to the map manager. Let's do that into, well, let's do that into the here. Just do it, yeah, temporarily, yeah. Map manager, add item, I should include the map data. Right, and so where's my dynamite? It's called DC. Oh, but it's not declared, so let's declare another one to make it more simple, just for testing, so we don't really care. I don't need to include that. I think I need the pointer. Let's let me check. I think I have the correct. Yep, add item. Okay, so let's try that. It doesn't know what the dynamite crate is. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. So I will try to place all my dynamite, then I catch the crate and I place again, and we'll see what happens. You see, so I can teleport the first dynamite, and then it's go back to 0 again, and I have no dynamite to place. Because we basically reuse the same instance of dynamite, we just have an array of 5 dynamite, right? So I can demonstrate again, like I take all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I can place them again. Oh, I jump, I should have not jumped now. And yeah, so that's a problem. Obviously, that's a bug. I think we can improve a little bit the way, although even if the player would probably not do that, it's still a bug. So yeah, you see the dynamite was despawned and then teleported. So I think that's we can fix it, and it's probably not that difficult to fix. Here we can, for example, search in the dynamite array. So okay, there's multiple way of fixing it, by the way. You could for example, you could increase the array of dynamite and maybe put 10 dynamite inside. So you could have like place 5, pick another, pick a crate, and place 5 other. Yeah, but like I said, during the gameplay of this game, this is very unfortunate. There's probably not real situation where the player will do that, unless if you really want to test the game. But usually it's a kind of puzzle game, so you place a dynamite, you move, wait for the explosion, place another one. So there's very rare situation where you want to place 5, pick a crate, and place 5 again. So I think wasting memory, like adding 5 more dynamite in the array just for handling this rare situation, or like almost never useless situation, I would say. I think it's a waste of memory. So, but I don't want to leave the bug. So I'm trying to find an intermediate solution, which is we can check if the dynamite is alive, I would say, or is set, and or not, or if it's free actually. So then we can just iterate the array of dynamite and find and search and find the first free dynamite. And if it's not free, if it's still already placed and already playing its animation, then we just skip the button. So then what will happen is if the player smash the button, then he will place 5, pick the crate, he will try again, and nothing will happen. So it's just like it's a misclick. And I think it's fine. It's just you don't have teleport of dynamite, which is much better, and we still keep it 5. I think that's okay. So to do that, I need to know if the dynamite is alive or not, right? So obviously, in my dynamite, I probably need to have a function that check probably the frame ID. So we can do that. Also, the thing is, we will implement the bullet, the fire and the bullet just after. And for the bullet, it's the same. We have an array of 5 bullet or X bullet, whatever. And it will be the same situation. I could fire all my bullet, pick up bullet crate, and then fire again. So I want to use the same logic, right? That's why I think instead of just checking this, I will probably add another flag into the item here, which we can call alive. And this flag may also be used for the AI, for example. So the AI characters, they walk if they're alive, and then maybe they died. So who knows? Could also be used for the crate. Maybe when you pick up the crate, you can set the flag to alive. But right now I don't need it. But if I need it, then yeah, I think most of these items, not all, like for example the spike, they never die, but most of these dynamic items, they are alive and then they die, or they are picked up, they disappear because they are dynamic. So I think it's a nice flag that could be reused in many ways. All right, so I add this alive flag. Then in the dynamite, I should of course set it. So here, so basically, okay, yeah, I can add another function here. I want to clear the lethal, and I want to set the property. That's fine. I can call two function, or I can if I want to clear one and set one in one operation. Yeah, no, I cannot do that except replacing. So that's fine. Let's do it like this. Alive. So we set the property alive when we light up the dynamite, right? And then when the dynamite is finished to explode, so that means here I clear the alive property, right? And by the way, I could in fact replace this test with the ID with checking the alive flag, which would make the code more logical, more readable. But and also here I could check it. But since the Spark have a different test, so the Spark will test the ID -1, and the dynamite itself would check the alive property. So anyway, I prefer to leave it like that, separate. It's fine. All right, so we have set our alive flag. Then in the rig, now we should iterate and check that. So actually, I think I will. Can I write a function, because I may need that function also for for the bullet. Hmm. Yeah, at least could be one function giving me the a live flag, but giving one array in parameter. Well, that's fine. I think it's just one line of code, so we can duplicate it. All right. So I can iterate from the end of the array. It doesn't really matter, but you just light it from the beginning or from the end. But I like it to light up from the end actually. -1. All right, so we check it if I forgot a function for checking the property is property set and item and property flag and alive. Then I decrease my count and I light up this one. And because I light up, I actually add it into the map manager, but we will also change that. Or I can do the opposite, doesn't matter. So now I can put the minus in front. Doesn't. So before I put it before, because I wanted to decrease before looking inside the array. So that's why you have to put the minus in front. But now I use, of course, the one I found, so the I. All right, so if there is no dynamite, so it starts at -1, so it will not enter the loop. If I have just one dynamite, start at 0 equals 0, okay, we can check it. All right, so I think it should work like that. But now we may have another problem, which is I am, oh, by the way, this one should be I, sorry. Another problem is that I am adding the dynamite several times in the array, in the update array of the map manager. So every time I pick up a crate, then I will add them again and add them again and again. So actually the array will be full of that dynamite. The same dynamite may be updated several times per frame. So that's really an issue here. So like I said, maybe in last stream, but I said it quickly, we could maybe at the beginning add all the dynamite in the map manager and leave them here and update them every time, because obviously we will need the dynamite everywhere in the level it's moving with the character. Or, and this is what I will probably do, we can add it when we light up, and we can remove it when the dynamite explodes, right? So that's what I want to do, and then I don't want to do it maybe here. I can just do it inside the dynamite code, because then it's more constrained. If you put the remove in the dynamite code, then it's more logical to have the add also in the dynamite code. This function start to be big. Let's move it to the CPP code. You know, the compiler does whatever you want, if you want to inline or not. If it doesn't want to inline, but yeah, I just feel it start to be big. Okay, so doesn't make sense to inline it now. That's what I mean. All right, so dynamite, and then add myself to the map manager to be, in order to be updated. Okay, so I should, of course it's not here, but as just this, and this is a pointer. So all right, and then if we do this, when we die, we should remove ourselves from the map manager. And I forgot the function. It's remove item. Okay, so remove item, right? And here I just don't need to deal about that. I just call the light up function. All right. I think it should work like this. I need to include the map manager. All right, and then if you look again at that code that we changed, what will happen in the situation I just created? If all the dynamite I light up, then nothing will happen actually. And nothing will happen, and the dynamite count will not decrease also. It's just like a misclick. You click and nothing happen. So it's not a, you are fair with the player. The player doesn't lose dynamite and the dynamite didn't appear. It's just like no dynamite is placed. So okay, let's try that. I think I removed the light up from the, oh no, yeah, I double declare it, sorry. Okay. What happened in rig cpp? I forgot one bracket here. All right, let's test it. Okay, so I will try to do the same. Doesn't work. Doesn't want to place any dynamite because I didn't use the alive property correctly. It should be, if I'm not alive, of course, if I'm not alive, I'm okay to light up. And when alive, the way I implemented the alive flag is when the dynamite is visible on screen. So yeah, so if I'm not alive, I can light up, of course. So let's try again. Okay, yeah, but I can only place one, and now it's 0. Okay. Let me test more slowly what happened. So, oh, it immediately goes to 0. Okay. So I place one dynamite. I place all the dynamite at once, actually. which is strange because it's just pressed. Ah, I should break, of course. So I just, in my for loop, I set all of them. Once I have found one, I should break, of course, my loop. Let's start again. All right, so one, okay, and yeah, it works. So it's difficult for you to see it works because you cannot see me pressing the button, but I will do it again. So after I place the 5, I pick up the crate and I continue to press the button, but maybe you can hear the click, but nothing happened, which is exactly what we want. So let's do it again. I press and nothing, and now I can come, yeah, after they have exploded. Okay, great, that's great. I think it's reasonable like that. It's actually not buggy. So, and also we fixed two problems at the same time. We fixed that replenish problem, and we fixed also the bug that the dynamite was added again and again and again every time in the array of the map manager. So let's commit that. So what do we have? Let's check. Yeah, we have moved the light up with the add item inside, and when the dynamite is dead, we clear the property, we remove ourselves. For the header file, we just move that function in the CPP. Okay, I have updated my Rick PNG image. That's okay. Then in the item, we added a live flag. We have updated our map data to remove the hole, and we changed that even if we didn't use it. This one, yes, that's what the first thing I told you. I removes that if, which is actually not necessary from the remove item. And in the rig CPP, we just iterate to find the proper dynamite. And here we have debug code, which actually I will not commit. It's useless to commit debug code, but I keep it for more test. And here, what do we have? Yeah, I have changed my sprite for the fire state. Okay. So fix bug about placing dynamite after picking a crate, and also update the rig sprite. All right, so now what I want to do is the same for the bullet. So I want to implement the fire state also. So we'll do the bullet without animation for now, and then we will also try to implement the animation. Okay, so obviously I need a new item, which will be the bullet item. So let's create, can copy the dynamite, for example. So that will be the bullet. Okay, so it will be bullet.h. Okay, bullet. Here we have an update, and well, maybe we should call it fire instead of light up, or maybe we can have a generic function like start or whatever. That would be useful if we implement this one function, the same function, but that's fine. Maybe we'll refactor it later. Obviously, I don't need this. I don't need that. I probably also don't need the animation frame. So I just need bullet speed. That I will need for sure. Which I don't know which value we'll need. Actually, I have the feeling that the bullet should go quite fast, and I think the bullet should move more than 1 pixel per frame. So the bullet speed is probably how many pixels you move every frame, right? And here I'm not, I don't plan to do a dynamic collision for the bullets. I still want to use the same collision system. So what I call dynamic collision is this. Let me explain you. With a new image. So basically, I take my. Okay. If you have, let's say, if you have an AI here. Yeah, you have maybe you have an AI here, okay, and basically you want to fire a bullet. So maybe one frame the bullet is here, okay, and then the next frame the bullet is here, okay. So obviously if the bullet goes very fast, so obviously if you do static collision, so that means if you check collision every frame, here you don't have collision, right, on this frame, and next frame you also don't have collision. So basically the bullet goes through the character. So that's what we call static collision, and usually to avoid that we do a dynamic collision, which means we take the position of the bullet and then we draw a line from the position of the previous frame to the position of the current frame, the next frame. And if that line intersects with the AI, then the AI is hit by the bullet, right? But obviously, I don't want to implement that complex dynamic collision on the Arduboy. So if our bullet is moving just 1 pixel every frame, then we won't have this problem, right? But it will probably move more than that. It will move maybe, I don't know, 2 pixels, 3 pixels. And actually, let's say, imagine your bullet is like 3 pixels. So if my bullet moves 3 pixels every frame, I also don't miss any collision. I also don't have the chance to having an object in between the two positions, right? But if I want to do my bullet to be very fast, even much faster, like maybe my bullet will be 3 pixels, but I want to move, I don't know, like 10 pixels every frame, then there's a chance to have a gap. So basically, to avoid this situation and still have some static collision, basically we need to find a good compromise between the size of the bullet, the speed of the bullet, and also the size, the width of the AI. Because if the AI is big enough, So for example, if your AI is big enough, then it cannot, if your AI is big like that, then it cannot fit inside the gap, then you are fine. So even if the bullet goes very fast, this frame it will touch, or this frame it will touch. So you may have a chance to hit the AI if the AI is big enough. So I think between the width of the AI, the width of the bullet, and the speed, I think we may have we can find good values, at least for the speed, to not miss any collision. We will see, but that's the idea. In the worst case scenario, I can actually, you know what I'm thinking? It's not that difficult to draw that line actually. So yeah, I think we can do dynamic because yeah, I didn't tell you, but the way I want to do the bullet is to yeah, we can do dynamic collision. Basically, you can draw. So the way I plan to do the bullet, sorry, there's many ideas coming in my mind, is just to draw some pixels. So I don't plan to create a sprite for it. It will be just few pixels, I think. So I will probably draw the pixel programmatically because it will be much cheaper than just having, I guess, a sprite. But well, who knows? But it's just basically it's just a small line. But if I want to do that dynamic collision, I can also draw that line during the lethal phase, and then maybe just after I can erase this part with black. So I draw a full line, which will be the dynamic collision, and then I can say, okay, I will erase that part here to just leave the back of the here of that bullet. So then we can have then we can have some dynamic collision. Could be possible. So but if we do that, then it makes the update of the map manager a bit more complex, right? Because that means what? That means in the map manager here in the update function, or great update function, that means here I will update the bullet. The bullet will draw the full line and then check the collision of everything that can be killed by lethal stuff. Okay, great. But then I should here call another function to erase what I have drawn, basically the in between of the bullet, and then I can continue to draw the rest. Because if I don't erase it, then I will see the full line on the screen. It will look like a tracing bullet. But you know, as you can see, it is possible to have that kind of dynamic collision, even if we do a collision per pixel on the frame buffer. It's still possible. It's just a matter of what do you draw, what do you erase, and yeah. But okay, so I think I don't plan to do that now. I think the bullet will be big enough, slow enough to not have to worry about dynamic collision. We can just do static collision for now, and we'll see later if we need dynamic collision. All right, so where's my bullet is here. I need obviously I need a CPP also. Let's copy the CPP of the dynamite. So it's the bullet. I save the file. Let's CPP. I will add these two files in the project. Okay, so implement the logic Android of the bullet. Okay, so this one is fire. Okay, so what do we have? Property none, okay. And we need to set up the X and Y for sure. And I don't need that, like I said. We will set, when we fire, we set the lethal flag and the alive flag. So both are set at the same time. Because the bullet, they become lethal immediately. And we still add ourselves to the map manager. All right, so in the update, I can check the alive flag. Is property set alive. Check if the bullet is alive, then I will just move all that. And like I said, we will update every frame. So we will add the X. So obviously, I need another parameters is in which direction the bullet will move, that way or that way. I will do that in a minute. And we add the bullet speed, so like this. And obviously, if I'm alive, I will draw something, otherwise I will not draw anything, right? And okay, so move the bullet and draw the bullet. As you can see, the code for the bullet is much more simple than the dynamite, right? I will come back to that in a minute. Let's add our parameters, which is the direction. Bull is moving to left, right? So if we are moving to left, then I can reuse the mirror X property, right? So I can do this. If moving to left, we will set the flag mirror X. Actually, if I write it like that, then after that I need to put 0. Let's write it in 2 lines then. So if moving to left, we set the property mirror. All right, otherwise we don't, and then we can check that property. So if is property set for the mirror, then we will decrease X otherwise we increase x. All right, and then we should check if the bullet reached the end. Right, so there's no collision yet for the bullet, but we can do that. Yeah, actually we should do that a bit later. So the bullet will be only stopped by the static collision, right? So I think in the map manager we will need to call the check of the static collision for the bullet here, not the lethal one, the static collision. We do it for Rick, and then maybe we need to do it also for some items like the bullet. I guess the AI also will need it, so I think the best way to do it is to add another flag. We have plenty of flag to check if we need to test the lethal collision. So static static collision needed. Something like that. Okay. Static collision needed. We have plenty of flag, but okay, 4. I thought we have the 5, the 6, and that's it. We have only 2 more flag. We'll see. We can put a int after that if we really need it. Or we can move back this into the spike if we also really need it. Okay, static collision needed. Yeah, that's I think that's a good flag. So in the map manager, we will have to update the static collision. So here, whatever, after, before, Rick, let's do it after, before. So if it has this, then we need to call check static collision. And of course I need to implement that function into the item. It's a virtual function. If I make it abstract, then everybody has to implement it, even the item that doesn't need static collision. So I prefer just to do an empty implementation like this by default. All right, and then in our bullet class, we also need to, we can implement it. Okay, so let's implement in the CPP. Here, oops, sorry. So here, all right, so the problem here is that the bullet was already drawn when for the lethal state. So I'm not sure if we can detect the collision here. But okay, never mind. For now, we can just check if it's outside of the screen. All right, so if x my x is what, by the way? Is it sign or is sign? No, it's okay. It's sign. Still int. We will have to change all that soon, but not now. Then I clear the flag. I clear the property. And I also remove myself from the map manager. So it's basically the same code as when the dynamite explode. So if we are at 0 or if we greater than width, which is the width of the screen, of course. All right. Okay, so okay, now I said the drawing, so it's like drawing a horizontal line. Let me check the API again. Draw line, draw fast each line. XY T color, XY width color, okay. XY width and color will be white, and the width will be let's create constant value here. Let's write it 3 also. Okay. So I guess we have our first implementation of the bullet. Now we need to let Rick being able to fire. So let's do the same here. We'll include the bullet. Then I will declare my bullet instance, all the bullet instance, and max bullet count, all bullets. All right, and then in the input I should fire bullet if I press the right button. So speaking about the control of the game, now we start to miss or lack some button. I remember in at least in Amiga The control mapping was like if you press the fire and then move up, you could fire. If you press the button and up, you fire. If you press the button and down, you place a dynamite. And the other button was for the jump, because yeah, you want the jump to be easily accessible. So I think I will probably use the same kind of control mapping. However, I think we should probably let the fire be easily accessible. So maybe here it should be only for the dynamite, like just press A and down. So basically I need to split that if in two. If okay, no, yeah, I need this, if input is down, down button, actually I need to put that again inside another if. Then I check the dynamite count. Okay, that's a lot of if. All right. Okay, this I can put. Oops, sorry. I can put the 4 here. All right. Yep. And this one. Then we fire the bullet. So I don't need to test this again. And I will add else. Okay, so here I check the bullet count. Bullet count and all bullets, and is alive, then all bullet, then fire, and bullet count decreased. And here the next parameter is depending if I'm looking left or right. So I think the flag is looking left. Do I have it? Is looking left, yeah. All right, so yeah, so if I just press the A button, I will either place a dynamite or fire. If my down balloon was already down, so it's down, not just press, then it's a dynamite, if I have enough dynamite, of course. Otherwise, if the down button was not pressed, then it should fire bullet if the bullet count is okay. Right. If we want the same control as the Amiga, here of course we should check if it's if the input is up, if the button up is down. Sorry, it's confusing. If the up button is pressed, so yeah. All right, so I think that should be okay. Maybe I made a mistake in the bullet header file. Yep, I didn't add this parameter. Let's add it. All right, let's try to compile. Okay, so what did I miss? in CPP, bullet fire, fire, XY bool. What is it expected? I did yeah, I include the bullet, the sprite data, by the way, I don't need it. What did I change? The map manager, error expected by before, token, one, yeah, like this. What do we have? Dynamite, not declare. Yeah, of course. Update, all right. Let's compile again. Check static collision. Again, I made the same mistake here. All right, should be okay. Let's try that. Oh no, still not. Rig handle input. Okay, handle input. So, okay, I messed up everything. Yeah, here, if blah blah blah, if here, and after that I should be okay here. All right, let's try again. Okay, let's test it. So I will try to fire. Okay, that's our first bullet. And I have 0 bullet now. Okay, and if I, oh, yeah, I cannot press down. It's moving the level. And I don't know if you notice, that makes the player fall because suddenly I remove the pixel which is under his feet, which is quite cool. That means the logic is quite solid. So let's remove that in the debug code in the map manager. Soon we will implement the switch off level, don't worry. It's in the update. All right, I will keep it commented for now. Okay, let's try to recompile. Oops, not this one, not this one, this one. Okay, so yes, I can place my dynamite, I can jump, I can fire. Oh yeah, I should test the fire in the other direction for sure. Can fire in that direction also. No more fire. Okay, great. I'm firing from a bit too high. but that's okay. We can fix that in a second. So basically it's in the rig. This should be y plus I don't know, something like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, maybe something like 8. It's fine-tuning, but we'll find it later. Oh, that's funny because I don't kill myself when I fire on the right. I should, because I'm firing a bullet which is lethal, and if I start from the X, then I will probably kill myself. So we will see that. So now I'm firing on the top here, so I just probably avoid the bullet was firing from just above the hat, right? But now, because I fire it at a lower level, what will happen is, like, let me relaunch it, is if I fire on the left, that will be fine, but if I fire on the right, the bullet will go through myself and should kill me, actually. So let's try that. Fire on the left. I didn't. Did I rebuild? Oh no, it's, yeah. It's the bullet, right? Yeah. Strange. Fire X plus Y. Let's recompile it. Let's try again. Oh. Oh. I have USB error again. No. Okay. Didn't update. Do we have an update issue again? Let me check. Yeah, I can still detect the Arduboy. Let's try again. Doesn't want to. Normally if I fire here, maybe I can switch off and switch on again. Let me check. Come on, be nice with me. Okay. I'll try to reset again. Right, so okay, Now I succeed to re-upload the program. Let me check. So like I said, if I fire on the left, it's fine, but I guess if I fire on the right, I should die. Yeah, I die, which is logical because I fire the bullet from the from the left side of the sprite. So the bullet, the first frame, the bullet is just drawn under me. So I should fire in front. If I fire on the right, I should fire in front. That's easy to fix. Okay, if I'm looking left, it's x, otherwise it's x plus 9. Plus, we can actually, we have that value, which is the sprite width. Yeah, this one. That value, we don't have it yet. And I'm not sure if it's 8 or 7 or whatever. We can tune it. So that value, I just to fix it, I just, if I'm looking left, then I will fire at X. Otherwise, if I'm looking right, I will fire after the sprite width. And this value we can adjust a bit later. All right, so let's try again. He still didn't update it. I don't know why he has issue updating this program now. I don't know if it's due to the program itself. Probably most of the time is because we are flooding the communication. Let me check if we have done something crazy. Let's just press. It's done. Does the dynamite remove it? The bullet, does it remove itself? Oh, did we call the? Yeah, I think so. And the bullet. Clear the flag. Let me check again. Here. No, not here. In the update. It's above. I know. We didn't set this flag. That's why the bullet was not clearing itself. That's why I had some problem to connect to the Arduboy. So let's do that. It's in the bullet and the flag here. Yeah, collision needed. Static collision needed. So I forgot to set the flag for the bullet, which means in the map manager we didn't call that, so the bullet was never killed. And I think the bullet is moving through the memory, right? And I don't know, that may have some side effect. So I'll try again to reset. Still not. I'm not sure how. It's not easy to touch the button and upload at the same time. What happened? I think I should be okay here. It's looking left, otherwise this one. No, I can still not, I still didn't finish to upload, so. Let me unplug it. No, still not. But I think I should be okay. Let me move the main character just to be sure that we are uploading the correct data. Oh yes, it's in the rig. Okay, let's do that. I can really have some issue re-uploading my my program. Let me change this to something else. Every stream finish a bit difficult like that. It's a bit annoying. Okay, so come on. I have some difficulties to press the button. Okay, I press it now. Maybe like this would be easier. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so finally succeed to re-upload the program. So now I can fire on the right and I don't die. I can fire on the left. Okay, no more bullet. I'll try to restart. Let's see if that fixed the issue we had also. Yeah. Okay, and no more bullet. All right, let's just the last test, and I think I will finish the stream here. What time is it? 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay. And I will summarize and all that stuff. So just this and that. We can just replace the dynamite crate by bullet crate. All right. I didn't include the bullet crate. Bullet crate. No, it's still a dynamite crate actually. So my Arduboy is nasty tonight. Usually, yeah. Usually, when this kind of situation happen is not necessary. It's not necessarily the hardware. It can also come from your program. That means you have done something wrong, and that's why you have the reset button. But I'm not sure what I have done wrong. So I will probably check again offline, because that is wasting your time right now, and see if I get something working again. I mean, in a good state. I'm trying to reset it again. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah. I missed it. Come on. So I don't know, there's 3 seconds or something like that to restart it. So okay, I have my bullet crate. So oh, I pick up without firing before firing. And okay, let's try again. This time I will fire before. Okay. All right, so let's commit that and we finish here. What do we have? We have a new bullet class, new bullet item for sure. Yeah, so that's our bullet. The header file is the same. Okay, in the item we have added the static collision needed. We're checking with collision. In the map manager, we removed the debug code and added this. Although this one is not finished, we have some issue to really deal with the static collision of the bullet, because it will collide with itself. So, but we will try to figure out later. And in the rig, we have our bullet array now, and we do the same. We will spawn the bullet or the crate. We have implemented the control for both. This one is still debug code that I won't commit, and we have added this in our project. Right, okay. Add the bullet item, implement the firing. All right, and that's it for today. I wanted to also integrate the animation of fire and placing the dynamite, but I think there's no time. It's already quite long stream. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next time during the next stream. I will try to check why we have this kind of issue. Probably I'm doing some nasty stuff with the memory, and also what else we will do in the next stream. Yeah, probably try to see if we can handle the collision of the bullet to avoid the bullet to go through the wall. Would be nice. So yeah, take care, and see you next time. Bye bye.